We got a lot to talk about. So I was sat there for the last week, taking a look at the last video that we had uploaded, Stories from Waypoint, a whole series where we take the Waypoint Chronicles and turn them into audio dramas. Halo Studios is a big fan of that one. And I was thinking like 131 views, respectable. And I'm thinking, Halo fan game video, why not? I'm bored, let's do it. 40,000 views? What was that about? So because you guys seem to enjoy watching me talk for this long, I don't have anything scripted. I don't usually script anything, I just kind of talk. I've got a lot of fan games to cover today. Quite a few. I was spending basically the entire last week playing through 150 Halo fan games, Flash games, made from scratch, Unreal Engine, Unity, whatever you want to call them, just so that I could really get a full sense of what I missed. Because yes, I know, I didn't play every Halo fan game. Y'all ever heard of clickbait? It's called clickbait. And it worked, apparently. But I want to clarify, 150 fan games, not mods. I love SPV3. I love Eldewrito. Those projects are cool, I get it. But they're mods. SPV3, as much as it's really cool, it is just a conversion mod for Combat Evolved. Eldewrito, literally just ripping off a version of Halo Online that was not supposed to be even in our hands. And who knows, maybe they'll break the law again sometime in the future. I don't know. They keep updating the game when they're not allowed to. It's kind of weird. In this context, fan games are exclusively games that are being made by people from scratch for the Halo franchise. So out of inspiration from it, or just for fun, they have to be making the game completely from scratch, or just using assets from other people. Because that's kind of the fun part about it, is not adding things to a game, but building it from the ground up yourself. But we're not going to be talking about mods yet. And maybe one day I'll make that modding video, but you know, I have a lot more than Halo that I want to talk about, so maybe you'll stick around with me long enough to hear some of the other stuff that I like to talk about? Who knows? I didn't expect the first video to kick off, so here we are, maybe starting something completely new. Now I'm going to kick off with something that has nothing to do with games, just strictly about Halo content. Some of you commented saying that you enjoyed that video that I put together because you liked that it wasn't about hating Halo, or predicting Halo's downfall. Dude, I'm so with you on that. It's fatiguing. Halo is, they don't know what franchise death looks like if they think that this is what is happening to Halo. Halo's not dead. Very, very far from it. And to prove that, I played through all of these fan games. I interacted with a ton of indie devs that reached out to me because of that video, so thank you for that. All the attention that you guys got, it really, really helped a lot. And now we've got a whole lot of games to talk about. And we're not going to be going into any doom and gloom, so kick back and relax. But first, let's correct some mistakes. Some games were in fact rips from each other last video. I want to apologize formally to Dave777. I quoted a game creator that actually stole your game, and that's on me, bro. Dave777 was the actual developer of Reach Firefight, the 2D one, and yeah, my bad. I didn't really look. I didn't know that that was a thing that could happen, but here we are. I neglected it, so that's on me. I'm sorry. Spartan Runner is on PC. I made a joke that it wasn't, but it is. It's just on the Microsoft launcher, so does it really count? No. And lastly, Ed Freeze did in fact make Halo 2600, but he did not get the tattoo on his arm. That was Peter Moore. Equally legendary, not the same guy. That's on me. But now let's talk about some games. So here's the deal. I am not a child. Roblox is a game for children, and I wholeheartedly believe that. If you are an adult playing Roblox, I will not judge you. Out loud. But I can't really play Roblox. I just don't really like playing a game that's made for children. I loved it growing up, but it's not a game that's for me anymore, and I recognize that. That being said, a lot of you got mad at me that I didn't play Delta Ring, and technically, Roblox is its own engine, so it counted. So I played Delta Ring. It was alright. It was Halo and Roblox. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, I played Halo games whenever I was growing up. There were a lot of Halo role-playing servers and stuff, and this is definitely the best experience that you could find out of all of them, but it's Roblox. It's still jank. You know, it's not the best thing in the world. The customization was great. I like how he was rubbing in the face of Halo Studios, you know, playable elites and stuff. Not that much of a difference since the player model was like almost the exact same, but meh. Apparently there's a second one in the works. Maybe that one will be much better. I'm not gonna play it because again, I'm 25 years old. I am a grown man. I'm not playing Roblox. I also found this like weird number of Halo games that existed on Roblox's platform, and I played one for a little bit, and I mean, there was a warthog. I don't know what the zombies were about, but there was a warthog. Next up is Halo Left Behind by Dave777. This is my apology to you. you cooked on this whole thing that you put together. This is a 3-mission campaign that exists in this engine that he had for Reach Firefight. You can walk around in it. You're not just stuck in one place. You can walk around. You're playing as an ODST, and there's a story to it. I didn't get a chance to play through the whole thing because the first mission was a little bit buggy for me. I don't know if it's because of the game or if it's because of my computer, but also it was hard. It was really hard. I can't tell when I'm getting shot sometimes. It's a great experience. I don't know what you did, what sort of wizardry, and I don't even know what Scratch is. Do MIT students even learn? But it was fun. It was fun. I'll actually make this one of the few games that has its own individual link for you to play because it's just fun. Go ahead, try it, and play all of Dave's 777 stuff just so that, you know, I can rectify for my actions. I'm so sorry, Dave. But on the topic of games that are oddly impressive, Sacrilege. It's a whole Halo experience. It's got vehicles, a bunch of weapons, friendly AI, hostile AI, ODST drop pods. It has a complete firefight experience, and I don't even know how the guy did it. It looks like it should be playing like the old Corolla Halo fan game demos, which... but it doesn't. It plays like... and dude, the physics are off the charts. The vehicles are flying around, it feels like Halo. It actually gave me a little bit of hope that Halo on Unreal might be good. I'm one of those people that's been a little bit worried about it for a long time, so genuinely thank you for making Sacrilege, because that made me feel a little bit more cozy and all that. And then there was more that I had to cover, because people were like, 2600, it's cool. Combat Devolved, so dope. Those aren't the only Pixel games though. Because there's Pixel Force Halo, a whole series called Pixel Force where a guy turns popular games, or at least he turned them, I don't know what he's doing nowadays, but he turned popular games into pixelated games. And in this case, he turned Halo into a Contra clone, and it's really, really good. All sorts of different weapons, all sorts of different enemies. Whenever you beat a boss, that boss now becomes a new enemy type that you have to worry about in future missions. It's really interesting. It adds all sorts of different gameplay layers onto something that I thought was going to be one of the simplest experiences that I could ever have. And genuinely, I would recommend it because it is the entirety of Halo Combat Evolved from start to finish in this Contra-style gameplay. It's gorgeous. Also, the little enemies make, you know, like, everything's like really cute and pixelated, and I don't know, I'm a sucker for that. Can someone make like a Pokemon clone for Halo? Like I can capture grunts and I'll be like, I choose you, Bit-Bap. And then Bit-Bap, like, I don't know, bites them. Grunts would probably punch. They got thick-ass forearms. And then lastly, on my list, you guys berated me for missing this. So I had to. Halo out with a whimper. So I've been informed by my wife, probably a T.S. Eliot quote. Also known as Halo Olympus, if you really want to go that far, but it's out with a whimper. We use the weird-ass names in this neighborhood. It is a fantastic 2D side-scrolling shooter with a firefight mode that plays phenomenally. It might look a lot like Spartan Runner and Spartan Firefight, and I'll explain a little bit as to why in a bit, but for now, the weapons, the combat, the physics, the vehicles, the enemy types, it's all perfect. Everything about it is a gorgeous experience from start to finish. It feels so smooth. Genuinely, I would call this one of the best games that I've played in this genre. This isn't like a fan game thing. This is like, I think this is one of the best constructed games in this genre that I've been able to play, and it's never going to get finished. So here's the deal. Triblock Studios were the guys behind Halo Out with a Whimper, and one day they just stopped updating, and they declared that the game was no longer being worked on. Now the reasons behind that, people were speculating. Microsoft shut them down. 343 Industries shut them down. They were sued. There was all sorts of just random theories about what happened to these guys, because obviously they were cooking with oil. But according to a very helpful statement from Doberman in his own Discord server that I was able to find, basically, Triblock Studios was a duo, just two guys working on this game in their free time. And the reason why they stopped? Time. They got old. They couldn't dedicate the time anymore, and so what they did was they just cut their losses, canned the game, and handed out the sprites for free for anyone who wanted to use them. So Spartan Runner, Spartan Firefight, those things were made using sprites from Out with a Whimper, and Doberman is not a former dev, he's just a really big fan that was able to turn this into something actually really cool for everyone who remembered Out with a Whimper as it was. There is a rumor that the two devs went on, or maybe like one of them went on to work on Project Contingency, and if that's the case, I mean, Contingency, you guys have been working for a while. I mentioned you in the last video. Could you just like clarify for me if that's actually true? Because I would love to see if that's actually the case. Because of all the people that reached out to me, I would love to know if I could ever talk to the guys behind Out with a Whimper. They deserve more conversation. But yes, phenomenal original soundtrack, gameplay completely clean, and to this day, still inspiring creators to go and make their own stuff, such as Halo Spartan Zero, which we're not gonna talk about here because it's still in development. Update your game. And that's the thing, I really like getting to talk with devs. I like how many of you reached out to me after that video came out. My Discord DMs were packed, the YouTube comments were filled with people that were working on the games that I was talking about, and I loved it. And it made me sad a little bit because I know there are games out there that'll never see the light of day. I'll never get a chance to play them. I'll never get a chance to talk to the people behind them, such as things like Iron Hammer, a Brute story. Looked really cool, really pretty, but it's been abandoned, long abandoned. The Discord server has been raided by bots like 50 times, and it's not fun. So it's long gone, but man, stuff like that is just, it's a little sad, but I know that they're probably moving on to bigger and better things, so it's, you know, it's bittersweet sort of thing. But that's the thing, devs from the previous video, can you just like cook and make a sequel to the games that we talked about in the last video, even in this one? Because you guys must know better stuff by now, right? Like you did practice your craft unless you abandoned it entirely. And we're gonna do an honorable mention, okay? I don't want to talk about all the Halo Flash games. There are so many, and a lot of them are just weird. A time capsule, I love Flash games. I already talked about how I used to play Flash games when I was a kid, and this is no exception, but dude, I mean, I was seeing some stuff that I'm not even sure would be like, okay nowadays.
Oh no, it's another elite. I better take it out quick. Booga 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 booga. Boogity boo. Boogity boo. Boogity booga booga boo. A booga boo, boogity boogie boo, booga boo.
That being said, I mean, some of these games were absolutely cooking though, such as Halo Galaxies 1 and Halo Galaxies 2. Halo Galaxies 1 is... yeah. But Halo Galaxies 2 is where the developer decided to lock in and grow up and make some wildly cool stuff. A full-on campaign where you can upgrade your Hornet, customize your Hornet, take your Hornet to different mission types. I don't even know how long the game is. I played it for a good while. I have no idea when it ends. It seems like it's a complete package. Now, of course, it's a Flash game, so, you know, loud as hell, but still worth it. Still really fun to play. I'm gonna make this one of the games that you guys can just go and click on immediately to go and play it, because this one's honestly really worth the replay. And also, shout out to, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was called Rumble, or Ripple. Can't remember which one it was. There's an engine that exists that basically has been keeping Flash games alive, and thank you. I freaking love Flash games. Everyone should love Flash games. We are quickly approaching the generation that forgets Flash games exist, and I think that's why we're going downhill. And that's kind of all the fan games. I know that it seems like it's less than last time, because it was. A lot of it was Flash games, or it was just wildly weird experiences.
Hey, Madda Cheeb. What's the good word? Oh, damn it. Sorry. Oh, damn it. Sorry. Medic.
But there are a few games that we still have to wait for that you all got upset at me for not mentioning. Branching Sickness. Yes, I'm aware of it. I'm friends with the lead developer, actually. I just didn't mention it. Sorry, buddy. Ringworld Alpha. Yes, I'm aware of it. I'm friends with one of the two lead developers. Sorry. Containment, a Halo VR fan game. Yes, I'm aware of it. Glassed. Yes, I am aware of it. And all the other stuff that was sent to me, because I did enjoy going through and seeing all the stuff that you guys were pointing out, that you're like, you missed this, you missed this, you missed this. A lot of content creators would be like, oh dude, I'm not perfect in every which way. How did I miss this? I can't believe that I did that. But I'm more of the community-focused mind. You guys made this video possible. You made it better. You made my book bigger. By the way, this is like the original, like from 2009. They don't even know what the Forerunners are in this. So it has been my absolute delight going back and talking about this stuff, but there's a couple things I should probably inform you about before you go on your own rabbit trail exploring Halo fan games, or really any online, non-Steam, non-normal platform game. Some games want your information. I had to actually forego about maybe 20 to 25 of these games because I would load the exe files onto, what was it called? Virus Total, I think? And they found Trojans out the wazoo. A lot of Trojans, so please, if you're gonna play these games, make sure you're getting them from either developers themselves so that you can vet that they actually are giving you the right file, or just play it safe. Scan the files first, make sure that you're checking everything before you play. Also be aware that if you're gonna go and play some Halo Flash games, be aware that Flash was not just for games, Flash was for animations. Mind if I take you down on a really fun tangent that I found out about? So here's the thing. When I was growing up, I was one of those kids that was like completely obsessed with stick figure fights, like a lot. I loved stick figure fights, and I still do. I think Hyun's Dojo just came back, and they have all sorts of new animators. Dude, cooking, so much fun. And there was one animator in particular that I fell in love with because I loved that he was building a very, very dramatic story around a stick figure. This guy was named Resh, and Resh is behind a character named Umbrella. And Umbrella is a gorgeous character with wonderful backstories that I don't even know how this guy made it so deep. In the search for Flash games, you'll inevitably find out that a lot of Flash games were actually Flash animations that you could press play on, and you'll just be given a whole animation made in Adobe Flash and then sourced through the site. And there's one that is beautiful, gorgeous, fluid, violent, and at the very end, it's revealed that it was animated by a very young, inexperienced, long career ahead of him, Jeffrey Resh Shu. What the hell? Like, what are the odds that I'm just going through and I find one of my favorite animators attached to my favorite franchise while I'm making my favorite content now? And as a final note on the wondrous world of Halo fan games, the games that aren't games, and you got me every time. Now, with that being said, that's my final recommendation to you. It's just, if you're gonna do all of this, have fun with it. Be safe, but go and explore. There's all sorts of fun corners of every single community that you're involved with that just a little bit of Google searching can help you out with. Plus, a little bit of a fun trick. Do this in the Google search bar. Just do that. It's really cool, give it a shot. But before you go, I got a couple success stories I want to share with you. You see, we were worried for a bit as a community. I've been talking with a lot of the guys that I know around the community, and they were worried that after everything that happened with certain stuff that happened last year, we would be kind of stuck with Halo Studios not really embracing the community in the way that Halo has historically done before. But Doberman Studios continues to cook. Spartan Firefight, Spartan Runner, both still going. Firefight's still getting updates, and it's still getting better and better every single day. And the biggest dub that we've gotten so far, Spartan Survivors. I talked about it last time. They have gotten official approval from Halo Studios to continue doing what they're doing with no hindrance, to just do what they're doing. All they asked for was like a slight little correction to the copyright notice. That's it. We are on the right track to have some real fun with Halo again. And I think a lot of you guys should start trying to get a little bit creative with that, because it seems like we're about to approach a new golden age to me. But that's just me. If you want to catch all the other things that I do, check out all this stuff. Thank you.